Assalamualaikum and hi, we are from Group 21.
Ethic is the principle of good and bad behavior. Okay, it's mainly focused on personal integrity, self-respect, and making and doing the right choice. Okay, a part of ethic is the engineering ethic, which would seem like normal ethic but meant for engineering. And since there are different fields of engineering, different engineering ethic will be listed under a code of ethic that's controlled by different party, such as PEM and IEM and IEEE. Okay. Ethic is very important for engineering, and one simple unethical behavior will result in a disaster. One example is the Hotel New World. This hotel is one of the tallest buildings residing in Little India, built in 1971. This hotel suffered of collapse in the morning of 15 March 1986 and result the kill of 33 people.
There were a few speculations to why the problem occurred, one of them being an astonishing case or terrorist attack. Next speculation was the poor mixture of concrete caused the building to fail suddenly and collapse vertically, and the land supporting the building was also a swamp. Alas, all were disproved, and the actual reason were uncovered soon after. The real reason being micro cracks that are hidden from the naked eye but pose a danger to the building support system. When designing, the structural engineers had absolutely left out the building's dead load, such as cooler units. It became clear that it was the fault of the engineers who neglected to look at important aspects of structural integrity in the building. This goes directly against the code of BEM, Board of Engineers Malaysia, in specific Code 5.0, where a registered engineer shall conduct himself honorably, responsibly, ethically and lawfully so as to enhance the honor, reputation and usefulness of the profession, and Code 5.3, where a registered engineer shall check with due diligence the accuracy of facts and data before he signs or endorses any statement or claims, and he shall not sign on any such document unless, where necessary, qualification on error and inquiries have been made.
So there are a number of effects caused by this issue, and the said effects are firstly the loss of life. This case took 33 lives and 300 were trapped in during this incident. Next, buildings that were built in 1970s were all checked for any structural fault, and some had eventually been declared as unsafe. Next, the government also introduced stricter regulations on building construction to prevent any similar incident like this in the future. And lastly, an upgrade to the Singapore Civil Defence Force has been made in terms of equipment and skills so that they are more prepared in complex rescue operations.
Nornafeela Khan. There are some recommendations of solutions that can be performed. First and foremost, engineers need to understand duty ethics and right ethics. Duty ethics states that there are duties that should and should not be performed, no matter these acts lead to the most good or not. Whereas, right ethics emphasize that any action that is against the moral rights is intolerable. One of the ethical action is not to cause suffering to others. It is the engineer's duty to ensure their designs are safe to the public. Next, the engineers should have double-checked the design to find out whether any minor detail has been overlooked. Other than that, the engineers can ask for the assistance of another professional engineer or qualified personnel to verify the viability of the design. Moreover, the design should avoid major alterations on the exterior and interior design of the building. For example, removal of one of the beams that provide support to the building could make it susceptible to damage. Also, additional and illegal constructions should be monitored and banned. This adds on put extra pressure on the weight holding capacity of the building, giving rise to the cracks on the wall.
Presentation. The New World Hotel tragedy on the 15th March 1986 has deemed to be the worst civil catastrophe in post-war Singapore. Building Control Act 1989 and Building Control Accredited Checkers Regulation 1989, along with the enactment of few other rules, are endorsed in hope to avoid similar mishaps from occurring in the future. A good engineer must always adhere to engineer's code of ethics, as severe outcomes will arise from the violation, such as this tragedy. It is crucial for an engineer to strike a balance between doing what is ethically correct and what is best for his or her career and their employer. And last but not least, issues regarding employee and public health and environmental damage should always be prioritized rather than companies' gain and profits. Thank you.